In today's shave, I'll be using Champ de Lavande, a collaboration between Declaration Grooming and Chatillon Lux. Coming right up. Hey guys, welcome to the Lather Hog channel where we talk about all things wet shaving. I'm your host John, and today's shave features a soap that's new to my den, and that is Champ de Lavande. This was the first collaboration ever between Declaration Grooming and Chatillon Lux. Of course, this is the new version in the milk steak base, but way back when they first collaborated, this was the first scent that they ever did that with. And I actually have a very old school version of the Chatillon Lux Aftershave here. I actually don't know which years that this bottle shape was in production, but it's about just about halfway through. And this was actually the first aftershave I ever got of Chatillon Lux. Next, onto my razor for today, and that is the Karve Christopher Bradley in brass. This is the C plate, and it has the Gillette Silver Blue Blade ready for use. And as for my brush, I've had this soaking just for a few minutes now. That's from Lowborn Supply, and this one was called Sorbet when it came out. I still do miss Lowborn's excellent brush pours and turns. This was actually pre-coin, and this is loaded with a 2-band Fanchurian type knot, 26 millimeters. And just showing the tub, here is the side label, and you can see unused, fresh pour. So I'm going to load her up, and then we'll get into the shave. In scooping up some of this proto lather, milk steak can be very, very soft as a shave soap. So I wonder if I actually scooped up, because it looks like I might have gotten some of the shaving soap along with the proto lather. So I got the proto lather on, and let's take a sniff off the tub. It's not a super strong scent. I mean, that might be the actual scent composition, but I would say it's about just over medium in scent strength, 6 out of 10. Initially, just for the scent, I get a lot of citrus actually, and some lavender accompanying that citrus. And here we go. Here's the load on the brush into the face lather. I'm working with 3 days of beard growth, so between the extra soap I picked up with the proto lather and a fairly vigorous 30-second load, I think we're gonna have plenty of lather left over. So this scent, Champ de Lavande, it was my first experience with Chatillon Lux, but what's also noteworthy is that it was the first collaboration years ago between Declaration Grooming and Chatillon Lux. And part of the reason why it's recently come back also, besides the soap being out of production for some time, is that Scott from Declaration has taken over producing the aftershaves. So Sean from Chatillon Lux basically is sending Scott the fragrance oils, and then Scott will produce all future aftershaves in his base. That also make for fans of these collaborations. Declaration will just be a one-stop shop. You can get both items. I think this is one of the more accessible scents from Chatillon Lux. Kind of the reason why I started out here. It's not too dark, it's not leather forward, tobacco forward. I would say it's a very bright scent. In fact, actually, it's off the tub. The citrus might kind of hit you back a little bit with how punchy it is. But upon lathering, it really does kind of smooth out a bit. The overall vibe I get out of the scent is it is bright but calming. Alright, so here we're all set with the lather. Let's go to the first pass with the grain. Now this coming week here in the Boston area, we are getting some hot weather again. So I might be reaching for some more cooling scents, but at the same time, I do have a bit of a queue of soaps and such I've picked up and I want to use. As I mentioned, this has some nice citrus in there, so I feel like it's appropriate for these high temperatures. Now, although I don't have like a formal list, I have a very loose idea in my head of wet shaving wish list or bucket list, just basically things to try. Things that might have been around for a while. So for example, I'm really looking forward to using my jar of Martin de Condra Fougere. I've had a sample, and I've tried a few samples of Martin de Condra, and while I'm not expecting to be blown away or anything by performance, I do love that scent, and I think there's going to be something at least a little different in lathering from the full jar than than a cut out sample in a shave bowl. Another item on that list is a brush guide brush, and those brushes are currently available from two places. I think the 24mm knot versions are available at Strike Gold Shave, and the one I got was actually 26mm, which is kind of my sweet spot as far as brush knot size, and that is labeled the West Coast Shaving Infinity Brush. So I did take it for a test spin this past weekend, and you can definitely expect that on an upcoming video very soon. And besides catching up on the stuff I have already or the things that I've never filmed on camera, I also have my eye on one of the Panna Crema Nueva soaps, and I've tried a sample of the black. There are basically, I think there's 4 different ones, and they're just named by color. So the black, green, red, and blue, I believe. They're made in Italy, I believe, and they used to come in these really nice, simple ceramic jars, but to save on, I think, cost there, as well as just it being very susceptible to damage in shipping, they did change over to glass jars recently. And that one I had a sample from a friend, again, of the black scent, and that one really reminded me of Acqua di Gio, so kind of like a citrus aquatic cologne type scent. I was really impressed by how that sample performed, and I'm kind of trying to narrow down what scent I want to try. They all sound good. I don't think I can go wrong, really, but that is on my short list of items I'm eyeing. I'm curious, let me know in the comments below. You can call it your wish list or your bucket list. What are the wet shaving items that, it could even be like, I've never tried Parasso, or we're not talking about specifically high price items, but these are things that I've either read upon in the past or have heard good things about, not necessarily brand new things. And also, besides software, it could be razors or brushes. If anything kind of falls in that category, let me know below. I'm curious to see kind of what's on your list. And even though I'm talking about, wish lists and things I'm looking to pick up down the road, I do want to try within these upcoming shaves to not only clear out my queue of things I've not used once yet, but revisit some oldies but goodies. And try to pull back from the chase of new shiny gear. Really kind of put the brakes as far as acquisitions. Part of that really is stemming from being into wet shaving long before I was ever recording video content or even posting shaves of the day. It'd be great to kind of revisit some of that gear, use it on camera, and it might be something that's new to you. In reorganizing, my shave gear recently, I just really had to take stock and come to grips with the reality that I have plenty to use. Here we go, just a cleanup pass. I lathered more just because I have the lather, why not? One thing I was thinking about was I did have to pump the brakes on the straight razor shaves. Part of making the videos and content is still finding enjoyment, if not relaxation, out of this whole process. And while I will pick back up on the straight razor shaving, at this point in time, I just need to take a little step back. So I do hope in the near future to be able to do a little bit of straight razor. Maybe we'll do a combo shave where, just to stay in practice, we'll do it with the grain pass and then finish the shave with a safety razor. Whatever the case may be, I just want to mention it. I have not forgotten about the straight razors at all, and you'll see those again soon. Alright, so here we go, finished with the old school bottle aftershave. Alright, so here are my final thoughts on Champ de Lavande. I do think in the soap, it's a bit muted because I'm using the aftershave, which I really enjoy. It has some menthol in there too, so it's providing some cooling. But those bright notes, they get really muted in general. This is just not, specific to Declaration or Milk Steak, but citrus notes are hard to preserve in a scent. And I think a lot of that brightness, it's there. Obviously, I mentioned it, but it's much more in your face in a good way. This is one of those cases where I definitely prefer the scent in the aftershave, but it's nice to have kind of its complementary partner in the soap form as well. I do think that folks who are into brighter scents, citrus scents, and don't mind a little bit lavender in the mix, this would be a really nice option for them. Overall, I think for me, it's a like, but not a love. That being said, that's gonna do it for today's shave. I wanna thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.